computer.
Welcome to meeting number 610 of BlueQuest. I am Mandeep Kaur, Sergeant at Arms for today. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules. Please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please speak responsibly on religious, sex, and politics in your speeches. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or are on silent mode. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audios off, and applause flowing throughout. In short, be the kind of audience you want for yourself. Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and general evaluator. Please ensure a smart audio and video check before handing over the meeting. Role player, please rename yourself as a role player, your name, your club name. You may omit this if you already are the member of this club. Please acquaint yourself with the role of timer. The timer, I would like to ask the timer, will you use a background change or you will be sharing your screen?
I'll be sharing my screen.
The timer will sharing his screen. Green card will show the minimum time. Yellow card will show this is the best time to wrap up, and yet red card is to tell that this is a good time to finish. We encourage you to use Zoom emoticons, or together we call it Zoomoticons, generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send messages to everyone or the speaker on the stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will not be launched today as this is a keynote, and I don't hope so we will have any polls today. So now it's time to introduce our presiding officer. So our presiding officer is someone who have delivered a humorous speech last week. To be honest with you, I don't know much about our presiding officer because it's been a very little time when I started seeing him. So I would request our presiding officer to take up this virtual stage and tell something about himself and then start the journey.
Okay. Today we have the time, so we have that luxury to tell us about ourselves. And of course, I will ask my guest also to tell us. Okay. I've been with IBM for almost 10 years now. I've been working with IBM now. I joined Toastmasters, BlueQuest Toastmasters, when it was a community or when it was a corporate club. I got an email from IBM office that there is a club if you want to join. And of course, it was a good opportunity. And when I joined, I always felt that I've been with IBM for 10 years. Why the hell I'm joining it now? I didn't get any email earlier. So probably our PR, BlueQuest PR was not that strong that I got an email earlier. Otherwise, I would have been distinguished Toastmasters by now. But anyhow, never better late than never. I joined it and very sincerely enjoying it. And until last year, I think I was very regular. I only missed 2 meetings in entire 2 years. But because of my role change, I couldn't get enough time to join in on Wednesday morning. But now this time is feasible to me, and I am sure that I can join. But that is again subject to others people availability on this time. I'll let majority to decide which time suits them more. And regarding this meeting, 610, actually it's a BlueQuest Excellence Series meeting. I tried that I don't miss any BlueQuest Excellence series, and I've been attending all the BlueQuest Excellence series barring couple of meetings, and I'm looking forward to this meeting as well, Manjeet. And What? So, Shurendra sir, I actually, as Mandeep said, that he doesn't know much about me, and same goes for her also. She's a new joinee in BlueQuest, and I've not been attending so many meetings of late. So I also don't know about Mandeep. So it would be good if you could introduce Mandeep with us, and also the theme of the meeting today. Before I hand it over to you, I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our guest, Akib. We don't have many guests today, though we were expecting many more members and guests, but we will still keep the momentum going on. Akib, I'll come back to you in the later part of the meeting. Uh, till then, stay tuned. And over to you, Shorendra sir. Mute, you are on mute.
Thank you, President, sir. Incidentally, one thing which he did not tell us is that Kapil is also the president of this club. He's given me the task of introducing this young lady who is going to be our speaker today. And I, for one, have always been enamored by the way she has gone about in our club in the last 5 months that she is a Toastmaster. She is a enigma as far as I'm concerned, because I will tell you why I say that. After she finished her schooling, she wanted to do something creative. And while a lot of us think creation is something which is doing artistry or something which is a little away from what normally people do, and she chose being a makeup artist. And she was so creative that it became a barrier in her own career. Meaning that when she was being creative in being a makeup artist, her, let's say, the models who were being given this makeup felt that she was too creative and was not meeting the norms which are normally laid down by society. I can tell you this is one of the most depressing part of one's approach when you want to really do something, when you are seriously wanting to do something and you can't do it. And I'm sure Mandeep had been dreaming about this many years before she really jumped into that career. However, she made a change, and at that crossroad, when she was feeling uncomfortable about what she was doing as a makeup artist, she moved to digital marketing. She did her own course. She did a lot of work, which is very important for one to understand this brand management. And actually, today's speech is built on this particular aspect of building your online presence. When she talks about digital marketing, she's done a course, a diploma, and she has interned in an organization where she has understood the nuances of being a digital marketing expert. Something which comes to my mind when I look at Mandeep is something which is that once you learn how to create your own happiness, no one can take it away from you. And that is what Mandeep is all about. Her happiness is in experimenting, doing creative things, and she has now started working on building her own credibility by today explaining to us how she can really win over brands and create brands by building an online presence. I'm eagerly waiting for her. And let me also tell you that this is not a part of any of the parts of Toastmasters. And this is our excellent series speech by Toastmaster Mandeep Kaur. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving a round of applause and welcoming on stage Toastmaster Mandeep Kaur. Mandeep Kaur, over to you. Build on your online presence. Build on your online presence. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Mandeep Kaur. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shorendra, for such a warm welcome. Thank you, everyone, for your warm presence. Before I start, I would like to say I really liked your introduction. So it really makes me happy and calmer. So let's start. But before we start, I want to ask two questions. How many of you already have an online presence? Okay, no one have, okay. Okay, couple have. How many of you wanted to build an online presence for your business or maybe for yourself? Okay, someone wants to do that. Okay, you are at the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ensure you one thing. After this keynote, you will know that every point one needs to know for forming a strong foundation for your online presence. So let's begin with a quick introduction for this online presence, which is a very simple thing to understand. Having online presence means you are having an online existence that one can find you on internet through searches. Easy, isn't it? But it needs your time, your efforts, your money. So if you want to achieve your goals effectively and efficiently, you have to take some important decisions. Yes, every business follows a different digital visibility strategy. There are some business who just have a local visibility. Then there are some business who just have a social media presence. At same times, there are some people who prefers to deal through websites. Sometimes it is advised to presence on multiple digital platforms. It is all about creating your own strategy, which will going to work for you. Thing is, one have to I had just as I've told you, one have to make a strategy. So in order to make a strategy, you have to understand few things. So let's start with what if you already have an offline presence, an offline business, or you want to target an audience who is living nearby you to invite them to be an audience of your business. Like what is done by the saloons people or the people who are working with who have a gym business. What they do, the best thing they do is to setting up local business. They have uh, they have the local visibility. Have you ever seen that option in Google? Then no, it is not an option exactly. Whenever you want to find a nearby business, what do? You take out your phone, you open your Google and ask, Google, tell me the gym nearby me. And it shows your list, right? So isn't it a best way to create your local visibility so that people living nearby you get to know that you are existing nearby them, right? So the best way to create digital existence is to setting up local visibility. There are a few platforms who allows you to do so. We have Google My Business. Then we have some local directories that also you must have seen in your life. Have you not seen Just Dial, right? Have you not seen OLX classifieds? And there are many more such platforms where you search business nearby you, who must have a visibility, local visibility, like hospitals, medical stores. When you search, it comes there. Uh, there it comes their information about their business, their address, their phone number, right? Everything you need to contact them. So that's the best option to do so. Or the second option is to create digital storefront. Why I'm saying so? When you're having a business which is having a offline, okay, just imagine there is a shop. What we call that shop is storefront. But when one makes that store digitally, we call it digital storefront, where the people will still come and the business will still going on. That's why it's known as digital storefront. After this era of websites, business faces a hike. It makes them more reliable. People start trusted them. You know what? There are some data who shows that people who have websites are more trusted by people. They say, oh, this business have a website, it must be trustable. That's why it have website. There are people who think so. A well-maintained website with a gated content. But here's a question: what's gated content? It's a exclusive content. Have you ever entered a website and you wanted to read it, and it shows you a pop-up to read this? Let us know this information about you. Why they do so? Because they are so confident that they have some gated content, they have some exclusive content. And what they do with that data, they used to, target you afterwards. So website these days are help people to do so many things, to market, and then from marketing to remarketing. It helps you do everything. But here, remember one thing: good branding might help you getting attention initially, but a good product or service is what make people stay. And we don't only need attention. We need the retention of people. We need people to retain for your business and help you continue, and help your business in turning into a brand. Isn't it? Isn't it we need? Right? So having we had talked about local visibility, then we have talked about websites. But before we had talked about both of them, have you remember that I have said that different business have different strategies, and to create the strategies, we are here understanding that what kind of strategies is preferred by what kind of business, or what a mixture we can make out of it to create a new strategy for your business. So the thing coming out of it is, not always you need a website. If you decided to setting up a business, the best way to create visibility on social media. Why I'm saying so? Go to social media, search for any brand, and you will get that every brand out there. Isn't it amazing? Why social media is gaining so much attention these days? Because firstly, it is the cheapest means of marketing. Secondly, there is a huge audience to target. Lastly, the good content, when you are having engaging and gated content, people started following you, sharing you, and that's make you a tons in a brand. One thing that social media do is, when you start getting popularity on social media, Google think that this person is offering something special to the society, and it makes you popular to other people. So when someone search about your industry or something around you, Google will show your name, because Google wants to show the relevant information to others. So that's why social media is getting popularity so much. Every brand is preferring social media these days. There are some brands who don't have a website initially, but they did a mind-blowing business just through social media. One such brand who did so is babakoof.com. I'm like, You will be thinking like I'm talking about something fictitious, but it's not. Search it. Search, spell it wrong. At every time it will show, it will take you to that website, to their business, that bewakoof.com, a clothing brand. Trust me, youngsters are mad around this brand. Of course, if you're not youngsters, you may not know, but this is the thing. People, youngsters are mad behind this bewakoof brand. So talking about social media, now this is not what we have finished. That like you have to create a social media existence, and that's it. You have to decide what platform you have to choose on social media. Yes, we have a multiple platforms on social media. We have Instagram, Facebook, we have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, we have Reddit, we have Tumblr, and so on. Some let's talking about some main social media platforms. We have Instagram and Facebook, some main platforms. If you have business, go to those two platforms will help, because the huge crowd of audience is existing on these two platforms. Secondly, Twitter, which brands use to provide customer support. Have you ever done so? Even if you have facing any problem with any brand, you go to Twitter and type down and write a tweet for the brand that I'm facing this problem. If you haven't did so, try this. Your problem will be solved within a day. Why? Because those brands are trying to, some of them are trying to making themselves brand, or some of them are already a brand. So they don't want to make a bad impression. Having that social existence, and there's one thing that another brand can use, that this brand is doing this thing these days. So to handling such things, these brands will help you sort it out your problem. So this is the best way to and to complain and everything. And talking with the business perspective, setting up Twitter, if you are setting, you have to setting up Twitter account, because we have talked that customer retention is the one thing we must have to for a flowing good business, for a flowing good business. And to do so, we have to keep our customer happy, don't we? And one thing, remember one thing, if you are having a good experience, there are chances you will not go to them and tell them, oh, I'm having a super experience with your product. But at the time you are facing any difficulty with that product, you will make that whole world know. I have purchased this. These guys have done this with me. I am facing these problems. I'm done with it. I'm dissatisfied. You will definitely do so, isn't it? So, coming, we have covered Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Now, the most important platforms after these three is a video marketing platform. All of us know YouTube. Again, a free of cost platform, easy to use platform, good services, or good source. It is also a good source of earning revenues. There are some business who are not initially are not doing good with their product and services, but after they coming to YouTube and they start putting efforts, they help them generating revenue from YouTube. So here's a quick insight how to earn revenue from YouTube. The two things you must have to get monetized on YouTube. That is 4,000 hours of views and 1,000 subscribers. How will you do that? To get 1,000 subscribers, you must have must have quality content, like, right? Secondly, to have 4,000 watch hours, what you can do is start uploading. You can upload many of YouTube shorts, because it has been seen that people watch YouTube shorts. People prefer to watch YouTube shorts more than YouTube videos these days. So it is the best way to increase your watch hours. Then it will help you connect with a wider audience. Yes, you know how crazy we are to going on YouTube and searching for anything and watch anything, and we watch anything someday. I have seen one day there was a funny video kind of video on my mobile phone that there is even a tutorial for how to drink water or how to wear clothes. Isn't it funny that we are having YouTube videos on such topics, but people do such things to create, to increase their water so that they can get monetized and can earn some revenue. You can then the main thing YouTube helps you doing is it helps you setting up your personal brand. Yes, you can become a brand using the social media. You may not need your local visibility. You may not need a social media, not a website, but a social media platform is enough for you to create, to make your name as a personal brand. Having said that, let's talk about personal branding. How you can make yourself a brand. There are a lot of people working out there who don't have any material brand, but their name works as a brand. What makes them a brand is their USP, the unique combination of skills and experience. I know some brands, even you know them. Haven't you know Ankur Warikoo and Sandeep Maheshwari, the big motivational brands? Don't you know people like Harsh Beniwal, Mohit Chikara, and Kerry Minati, the big humorous brand? People are mad about them. You can even become a person like Harsh Beniwal or maybe like Ankur Warikoo. What they do is they put their efforts into their social media, especially into YouTube channel. They create a lot of content and their content is quality content. That's what we have to focus on. Let's now, when we know that we have like how easy we can become a we can create our personal brand. Like now a question comes, how can we do that? Step one is to build your basic brand. How can you do that? You can start following people, you can start talking to people eventually. Connect with their community so that you can get to know about people and people likes and dislikes. What happened here? What I really want to say. See, you want to create maybe a motivational brand. Cool. But now before making yourself a motivational brand, go and see people who are already a motivational brand. Follow them. See what they are doing. Talk with their audience, like what they think about them, what they like, what they dislike. Make points that, okay, I have to, this is what people are liking, and this is what people are not liking. I'm not going to do this, and I'm definitely going to do this. After that, what you can do is, there's a step two. Step one was to build your basic plan. Yeah, one point we have missed, to clear your history. This is the most important thing one must do to make yourself a person, like making yourself a brand. Why I'm saying this? Just imagine a situation that someone become a Baba, and after some time, we get to know their history, and that's become a restriction for them to becoming brand. Why? Because now we know who's that Baba was. So it is very important to clean your history so that you don't face that problem which Babas face these days. Coming to step two, build authority and audience. I have told you how to build audience. Now, how to build authority. See, when you have done with this step one, start creating your social media existence. Start doing the things you get to know that people like this. Okay, start doing those things and sit back and relax. In doing because what is the need of time about when you are doing social media marketing, you have to allow yourself a time and wait to see the magic. Okay, this was the step two. Coming to the step three was to target and nurture your audience. One, you have did everything. Now the last step. Now you have gathered our audience. But now this is a time to target and nurture your audience. It is a very important for a business to retain your customers in the same way, it is important for you, if you are having a social media presence, to retain your audience, and for do that, you have to nurture them. You have to give something, something for something that make them stay. I have tell you how can you target them, but targeting quality audience is very important. There's a person who is having a swimming business. Okay, they deals in swimsuit. Now you tell me, it will be fine that he target an audience which have phobia for water? It's your call. Can you tell me? No, right? Why? Because it will be not a relevant audience for them. Every business have a different audience, and that will be discussed in a short period of time. Having talked about this digital visibility, now don't you think so that every business these they have a digital visibility? So how should I stand up? Why people will stay for me? What will I do to make people stay for me? To make them loyal, to make them come again and again, to make them other people know about me. So to do so, allow me to share my screen so that we can talk more about this thing. So meanwhile, I'm opening this. Okay. Is my screen visible to you all?
No.
Okay. Now.
Yeah, you can see that.
So there's a person whose name is Mahesh. Now Mahesh is asking that, hey, yes, I want to grow my business online, but the thing is, every competitors of mine having a digital storefront. So how will I stand out? So we are going to discuss a case study for Mahesh. So step one for him is to identify the USP, the unique selling point or proposition. As the name suggests, it has to be unique as compared to your competitors. Every business have a USP. Can you tell me? Okay, and let's discuss about the USP of Apple mobiles. Can you tell me what is the USP for them?
A unique design.
Unique design can be. What else? What else? They are changing every time. They are changing their camera. At every time they are coming with a better camera quality. Right? That is what make them distinct. They are famous in the market that they captures the real view. Right? There, let's talk about some other brand. Okay, let's talk about Nike. What do you think? What's its USP? What
It's thick.
stick? Okay, we can see that it's doing good branding and its logo is famous, getting so much, what do you say, famous eyes of many
Publicity.
people these days, publicity these days. So Nike, haven't you heard the tagline, just do it? So every time they advertise, they come up with such a good idea of just do it, don't think, just do it. So these kind of little things are making helping them making their USP, and people start thinking that this they have something unique. Business can offer many things as USP, maybe a single thing, maybe a combination of many things. It can be a product or service. It can be, it can be product or services. Maybe it is not offering in the market. Think about the time of pandemic, when we were facing a problem in getting the mask and sanitizers. So when there were people coming with people who have come first with the product with mask and sanitizers, got a fabulous business that time. Why? Because in the whole market, they are facing the shortage, and that person is coming with, I have this product, so purchase me. So for that time, that product was kind of unique. There are many other things like availability. I've talked about. We have guarantee that this product is giving guarantee than any other, more than any other product of same industry. It can be quality, it can be performance, it can be pricing of option, it can be branding, it can be anything, right? So here's a task for every one of you, for each one of you. Can you suggest a USP for this business of Chinese food restaurant? You have to suggest a USP.
USP that they should have or they already have?
They should have. A person started Mahesh started this business of Chinese food and now he's looking for what to use as USP. Can you suggest some USP for him? What can make Mahesh different and stand out from from his competitors?
One thing I always look for a Chinese when I'm looking for some new like a restaurant on Zomato for a delivery. The name of that particular restaurant should be like something authentic, or the image, like people from that area, the words from that area, something which is authentic, which shows authenticity, right?
So now shows the branding of the restaurant or the
Name, correct.
brand. Yeah.
And on the same point, like we have a chain called Mainland China. You know, the moment you hear it, you feel like you will get authentic food here because it is some way resonates with the China stuff. So
Right.
that the name of the brand is very important.
Yes.
Like we order momos, then we see that the people making momos are not like North Indians. They are somewhere from East India only, because that is a specialty from that area. So we, although it tastes good, but that psychology doesn't work. Psychology doesn't work there. Yeah.
Great. It can be many more things. As I've told you, one can set up maybe as they can set their single USP or a set of multiple USP. So let us see what can Mahesh do. Maybe what you guys have said, the branding. Maybe Mahesh can work on his branding and make his brand different. Maybe his USP can be a pricing. The best Chinese momos combo only at 79. People in India mad around price. Oh my God, so it's so cheap prices, let me get this. So it can be menu and dishes. You go somewhere and that here I will get that every Chinese dish that others are not offering, right? So it's a USP. It can be a USP for Mahesh. Thirdly, it can be a packaging and presentation, how they are presenting their food. Have you ever gone to some restaurant where the food they are offering will not good, but the presentation of them, they have invested a lot in that. So that is their USP, that they invest in presentation. Have you ever visited to Havelis between highways? What is their USP? They have created that old
Infrastructure.
vintage infrastructure, right? So these kind of USP will help business to get more clients, to get more people, audience for their business. Secondly, it is very important. As I've told you that we are going to talk about this later, to identify the audience persona. It is very important to know know about the demographics. Who are you going to target? It will be a male or a female? You are having a clothing brand where you only offer clothes for women. Will you target men? Will you target men? No, you can, because you can target. Why? Someone wants to give to their wives, to their girlfriends, right? So this thing, we have to think about such things very carefully, to whom to target. We may have a business of motor vehicles parts, so in this case we will not target women, because we know that their interest in this field is lesser, so we'll target men's only. So we have to think about them, to think about this thing, because we will while we are doing marketing, as I've told you, the three things which you will be investing is your time, your efforts, and your money. So you have to spend these three things very wisely, isn't it? So one more thing I wanted to ask you to brainstorm. See, a person is having a business of women watches. Now, whom you think he should target? Whom should be a target audience for them?
Both male and female.
A business dealing with a woman's watch only. Whom their business should target?
Both male and
Both.
female, because yeah, because men would like to always order something exclusive from that women collection for their ladies. Yeah.
See,
And
you will
ladies
learn.
itself, they are like very, very curious about their own things.
Yes. See, you guys are learning. Then,
Yeah.
uh, after this, deciding this male or female, we can decide about the age group. If we are going to, if my business is to, I sell things for infants, shall I target the audience who is more than of 60 years? It will be a wastage of time,
No.
money, and effort. I shall think. I should think. What is the age group of the parents? In which age group I can, I can find the infants' parents where they fall, in which age group, so I can target accordingly. Similarly, one more example, and you have to answer it. So listen properly. So Valentine's Day is coming. Happy Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day is coming, and there's a business you know, uh, who is having articles and gifts, selling gifts for the according to the Valentine's Day. So whom should be the target audience according to you? What would be the age group?
18 to 35.
Cool. What
I
should
would change it to 15 to 35
cool?
Let us add
because
five years at
becoming
the
younger.
10 to 40.
Okay, it can be 40. And that's upon you. If you have money, you can target upon 40. If I don't have money, I just started my business, I'll just target to 15 to 25 just to save my money. But if I have business, I'll, advertise more and I'll spend more. Then coming to, and of course, we have to target males and females both, right? We don't know will more man is interested to gift her woman or woman is interested to gift her man, right? Secondly, we have to know the behavior and interest. So the example I have gave you, a person having a swimming business. So it is he will if the time he if he is starting targeting an audience who who have fear of water will not work, right? So he must have to target according to his interest, the people who is interesting, who is searching day and night for swimming, so watching videos and purchasing things which needs to going through for this swimming activity. And that this is very easy to know these days. When wherever we go through this internet, they save our history. Internet know everything, every activity you are doing, so they save your data. And you may have seen that every time you search, and next day you have seen everything, every ad around that thing. You know what, I want to tell this one very interesting thing. There are some apps who even do, you have may seen this option that before you start they will see maybe access your microphone, and you have to allow them. What they do, they set it up, they already set it up some keywords, and while you are speaking it up, they catch you and advertise you in that way. One day what happened, I would like to share a personal story. I was talking with my sister for a dental checkup, and you will not believe, the very next day I was going through my Instagram feed, and I starting showing option for nearby dental health checkup, check your dental health, this clinic, this doctor, call now. And I was so surprised, how can this happen? I haven't searched, I was just talking. At that time I get to know that even our microphone is active, and that's the thing amazed me.
Oh,
So
thank you. I thought my mind is being like Googled. Even what I'm thinking is, I think it is microphone which is doing this. Oh
yeah,
yeah. Thank you.
so now we have known, we have to, how is this important. This is very important to know your audience, who is your audience, so that you can target them wisely. Of course, this is identify the actions and customer journey across platform. What will it helps you? What Firstly, let's get started with what is the customer journey. So firstly, you have to aware them. right? Maybe through Facebook, that person get to know about your offer you are offering from your business. Okay, then that person, after being aware, it shows an interest in your business. They may be redirected to your website and start evaluating your option on your website. Then it's a time to take decision. What they do to take decision, they read out all the reviews you have for your business. They do so. Even think about yourself before purchasing everything. You first see reviews and then you purchase it, isn't it? So then, and the last thing in this funnel is the action. They order, maybe they order from your website or place a order from your social media. So it is very important to know that what is your customer journey. Where will he is going to be aware? Maybe he's going to be aware by the digital advertisement, maybe through your social media. So it is very important so that you can, you know so you can make that platform according to the need of the customer. If your customer is not placing order through your website, even if you have that option, and they are placing orders from your social media, so you have to make your social media with that facilities that someone will not face any problem. You may have uh, hire a team, right? And if you know that your website is not working, your social media only your social media is working, what can you do? Initially you can put efforts in your website, and then if then also it is not working, you can delete that, isn't it? Like it will be easy. Like you are getting social business from social media, then go ahead. So it is very important to know your customer journey. So in last, I would like to say, to summarize this, I would like to say, if you are going to start a business, just think, what will be my digital visibility strategy? Am I going to have a website and social media? Is only digital presence, local presence is enough for me? What should I do? After doing that strategy, after once you have done with the thing, what is my strategy? Step two is to setting up uh, to think about these things which will make your business different, which will make your business stand out from others. Your identity, your means your USP, then your customer's persona, and lastly your customer journey, so that you can make your platform according to their convenience, right? So these were the some things one must know in order to set up online presence. And I even have told you some points to build up online, in which you can build your personal brand, in which you can make yourself a brand. So here I am at the end, and I'm open to any queries and questions. And before I close, thank you everyone for being a wonderful audience, being an interactive audience. So thank you everyone. Over to you, Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mandeep. I have a question for you, and that is, how far can you use the Facebook for pushing your brand? And how do you extract the information which can help you in building your own brand from what is available in Facebook?
Got your question. So before we start, one thing need to know that Facebook is a platform where older audience is available more than younger audience. So if you have a business where you have to target only older business, I would recommend you to target through, so market through Facebook. Or secondly, there's a feature to you can connect your Facebook and Instagram. So these days people are mad about Instagram. So firstly, I would advise you to connect your Facebook with Instagram and go ahead. Secondly, your question is to how to extract the information I was talking about. What is the audience? Who is the audience showing interest in your business? So when we have a business account on Facebook, you have that analytics. You can get that analytics very easily from the there's a analytics corner in Facebook. I don't remember the name exactly right now. So you can go there and you can see where people are coming, what is their age, what is their gender, what they are doing, where they are, on which of your posts they are showing engagement, showing interest. So these are few things you can get to know. And I will tell you one more amazing thing, that this is a kind of social freak of course social media marketing, but they but coming to the paid social media marketing, where we do some advertising campaigns through social media. So there you get some more multiple options, that before you're running your ads, you will get the same option, whom to target, where to target. You can even target like in a radius. Like I want to target only in two radius. I'm having a gym. I'm sure that people will not come from 5 kilometers away from their house on so early morning. So I can target only within a 2 kilometer of radius. Even you can target. I want to target a rich audience. Okay? Oh, sorry. So for my business, I want an audience who is rich, who have money, right? So how can I think that this my audience, how can I target that rich audience? What one thing make people rich about your in your thinking? Can you list one or two things when you say this man is rich or this woman is rich? Any two things.
Depending on what the business is going to be, like I use a lot of the social media for my trainings, and I would always want to explain what are the USPs in my training, which could be behavioral or uh, experiential way of training and things like that. So that is what I would like to project. That would attract people because it will be different from others.
Okay. So, your voice was cracking in between, so you have to repeat that. But
Okay.
before, I would like to finish what I was saying. I was saying that while we are, advertising, doing social media advertising, firstly, why people do social media advertising, it is very cheaper. In 500 rupees, we'll get lakhs of views, and you can get that visits to your account or your website wherever you want. So the thing is, you can even target the audience. Like I have a business, I have a product or service which is very expensive, and now I just wanted to target a rich audience. How can I target? I can even target like people who only have iPhone, people who are looking for luxury cars these days, people who are looking for luxury bungalows these days. We can even target that way, and that will make you reach more, and to the what we'll say to the relevant audience, what we all need for getting quality leads for our business, isn't it? And now I would like to, if your question is not clear, please repeat that.
No, I'm absolutely clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any question?
I was interested in knowing the cost of these advertisement on social media platform. You mentioned it can be as cheap as 500 rupees, is it?
Yes, I will. Okay, I'll mention. So mainly we can advertise on Google. We can on this is a search engine marketing. When we advertise through Google or Bing or maybe through search engines, mainly through search engines. Then we can advertise through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, through LinkedIn, through Twitter. People do such things. So there are costs, but there are different costs. Google charge you bit higher. The thing is, the audience coming to Google is like everyone is coming to Google, and Google
Using Google.
has data. So what they do is they charge according to the data they have. Basically, we can say that. So coming to the cost, Facebook is the platform. Facebook and Instagram are same these days, we can say. So they are the minimum charges. You can start for 499, I think. That's what become 500, and you can get about and views around. It depends. You can get as many views uh, according to the time. According to the time. See, you have set your ad for 3 days, that I want to run this ad for 3 days, and you had paid a bit of 5,500. That on 500 I want to play this ad. So it will depend on every on every engagement. They will cut a little sum, maybe around 0 point something. So your ad will continue till your 500 is being spent. So there are so many times because of this, that they are just charging 0 point something for one per view. Your ad gets shown to a huge audience in just 500. So that's the thing.
Okay,
So
thank you.
I have a question here. So it
Okay.
is like a person views it, clicks it, then the view is counted, or just if it while scrolling, if a person just have a glimpse of it, then it is counted.
Okay. When we set up ad, there are different options. There is a cost per click. When someone click that ad, the cost will deduct. Then there is a cost per impression. When someone give an impression, maybe I saw that ad and then it cut off the money. So we have different kind of bids: cost per impression, cost per actions, cost per downloads. There are different kind
Is
of.
that true that Instagram give people money that I will give you this much likes, I'll give you this many followers. Like after certain number of followers, Instagram approaches you or somebody approaches you. Like there have been stories around that there are so many crime is also happening around this
Yeah,
through like not through Instagram, but there are people who are being using different methods too.
yeah.
Is it true?
I loved your question. The thing is, these things are happening, that people say, "Give me this amount, and I will give you this much of followers." But what happens in long term? The Instagram and platforms like Instagram and Facebook, once you have those followers, they keep an insight that are those followers coming back to your account. For example, you are having a follower of 2000, following of 2000, and just two or three people are coming to your account. After one time, they will get to know that you have done something unethical. And what will they do is suspend your account. And you will be
Oh.
not able to do business through that account. Any else question?
Yeah, I think a very major problem which is happening today, and if you are watching the television channels, the TPR issue which is going on, and where different different channels are trying to justify that they are number one and why someone is become number one, then you'll know this answer, Soumya, because there are agencies, big time agencies, which are doing this work, that they ensure that they give you viewership by installing certain machines at different places and then getting you to prove that they have been able to get a certain number of viewers.
Yeah.
It's a racket which is
Yeah, because when we do some searches on Google, like I was finding a school for my son when I started my research for his admission 3 years back. So it was like I used to get the list. And I think the first search that appears is the paid search. And then later on, I think because whenever I used to think, "Oh, the DPS, this DPS is such a nice school. Why is it coming in top 10 schools?" So it was like first searches are always the paid searches. Those who have paid high
that is
amount, they
true.
are in the first searches. Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
So finding the correct
Absolutely.
data is a challenge now.
Yes.
Anyone? Any question?
Great session, Mandeep.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. I think you have really enlightened us on this particular aspect. Frankly, when I saw the theme of this particular excellent series, I was a little worried because I said, this girl is going to give us shop talk. But what I really loved about your speech was it was enlightening. It actually told us what happens behind the so called digital marketing. And the recording of this, I will definitely share with my own daughter-in-law, who is working as a digital marketing. And I'm sure when I told her that you are doing this, I had asked her if she could join us, but unfortunately, she had to go somewhere, so she couldn't do it. But I am really impressed. Thank you very much, Mandeep. And I'm sure I'm sounding what everyone else in this forum is feeling about it. Thank you very much. And from one wonderful to the other wonderful. And this is our Toastmaster of the day, Soumya Vora, who takes the stage to give us the entertaining part of every meeting, which we all look forward to, is the table topics. Here, the table topics will be where we would have to speak between 1 to 2 minutes. And the timer, I'm sure you know that at 1 minute, the green card goes up, 1.5 minutes, the yellow, and the red card goes up at the second minute, and you have 30 minutes on the upper side. That means you can go up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete your speech, but you will not be told that you have to complete. It's for you to ensure that you complete within 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So over to you, Madam Soumya, and we are all looking forward to your questions, which we would want to all answer. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shorinder. Akif, can I give you the topic? Are you ready? I think
Yes,
Akif.
Soumya.
Yeah. So my topic to you is, who do you sometimes compare yourself to? Akif, who do you compare sometimes yourself to?
Once a wise man said, comparison is thief of joy. How many of you believe in comparison theory? I cannot see any user fans. Yeah, Soumya has agreed. So 3 years back when I was doing my MBA project, my professor asked to do some analysis. And we were very much clear that we will be doing analysis on something great. But we didn't have that great time because it was a part-time course. I had to work somewhere. So I visited my professor. I said, tell us some quick way to make this project and submit immediately. Like, you can do financial analysis of any company. That we know, sir, we have to do analysis. But how do we do it quickly? So is that you can do comparison analysis. Wonderful. I went on to Money Control website, downloaded 5 years data of their balance sheet and profit and loss account. We just compared 2009, 2010, 2011. How things have progressed over life, made few charts. It was done. So to give it in just a small time frame, it was very easy for us to prepare that report. However, me as an analyst wanted to do something big, wanted to do something which is creative, something which can add value to the company. How do I want to add value in my life is not to compare myself with others, with other table topic speakers in this group, or other people who speak the keynote session which Mandeep has delivered. I would again go back to how my professor told. Go back to last 5 years, 2009, 2010, 2011. How has been my personal performance over this era? Was I more creative those days? Have I achieved more stuff over those days? Have I gotten more success over last 1.5 year, last 5 years? And am I doing good? So that is how I look at myself. I see how I was doing yesterday. Was I good enough, or today I'm doing better? And if I feel that, yeah, things are going pretty well, then I'm okay, good. going ahead. Otherwise, little bit of sadness, little bit of stress to take it up further and come to my standard, which was yesterday, and take it further to the newer heights. So that's how I compare myself, and I would request others to find their ways of comparing themselves to achieve success. Over to you.
Thank you, Akib. I too compare myself to myself. But yes, I give a vision to my son to compare what he has with the people who are living on the streets, what they have, so that he could value what he has and could, like, not always complaining that I don't have this, I don't have this. You should be thankful to God, whatever you have. Yeah. Thank you, Akib. But that was really nice. Now, can I ask Kapil? Can I give you a topic, Kapil?
Yeah, sure.
Which is worse, failing or never trying? Which is worse, failing or never trying?
Never trying is the I'll go with never trying. Why? It's a no-brainer because failing is a part of your success. Failure is not a standalone thing that you failed. It is a part of the journey. It is the part of a process. Every successful person fails at some stage. Some decision may not go right. Some may go well. As Ratan Tata says, someone asked Ratan Tata that how come you make right decision every time? And Ratan Tata said, I take decisions and then make them right. And that is the philosophy one should follow. Failure will come. One should not be, too much concerned with that. And it will teach you something. That's the thing. And when you say trying, we all have read that story of Bruce Reed in our school days that he failed many times. And then he saw a spider who was trying to climb the wall, and every time spider tried to climb that wall, she fell. After 17th attempt, she managed to climb that wall, and that person said on record that particular incident helped him to you know get that courage and win the battle again. So the point is, failure is nothing. It's a part of your journey, part of your process. Accept it, learn from it, and go for it. Go for your goal. I mean, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Kapil. Sharinder, I can give you the topic.
Absolutely.
Is it possible to lie without saying a word? Is it possible to lie without saying a word?
We all are experts as far as lying. If anyone says he doesn't lie, it says that he's the biggest liar. And a lot of times, your wife will tell you, your husband will tell you that you didn't say anything, but they know that you have lied. Facial expressions, body language, and everything that we talk about in Toastmasters is the indication to be able to say whether you are saying what is there in your heart or what are you saying is in your mind. There's a difference because truth flows from the heart. The mind actually checks that flow and changes it based on what we see as circumstances which will help us to be more acceptable to our people. So many times, you and I would want to say something negative, but we just keep quiet. But our face, our lips, our eyes, or even our hands tell the person whether you have said something which is to be interpreted as negative. So, Madam Table Topic Master, I strongly believe that you don't need to say it in words, but in many, many ways, your expressions explain whether you accept or you're lying something. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Sharinder. Mandeep, are you ready to take the next topic?
Okay, I will think.
Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength? Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength? This a female can only describe better, so I chose this for you. Yeah.
Just give me a second. Okay. I'm audible.
Yes, and visibility.
Okay, your topic was.
Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength? Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or a strength?
To be honest with you, I always run off these table topics. The reason being, I never wanted to attempt it because the topic I get is something I can never think of, and such topics never like before table topics. Everyone says that these table topics will make you stand on your feet. When someone asks you, you can speak. But someone will not ask me such questions. I personally think no one will ask you about these things. So, secondly, I have seen people starting with saying, "Oh, thank you, Mrs. The Miss Table Topics Master, Table Topics Master, for giving such a wonderful topic." Believe me, at that every time my inner voice is saying, "Stop lying. That was not wonderful topic, not at all." And but today, I really think they said that thing that thank you for such wonderful topic to have the time and think about such things. So that's what I'm going to do this. Thank you, Madam Topic Master, for giving such a wonderful topic. And I'm really happy to having this topic. So coming to your question, which was like now we have spent it 30-40 seconds, I think. So let's start with your topic. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Table Topics Master, for giving such a wonderful topic. Your topic was what was your topic?
So is it do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength?
Okay. So this thing that crying can be a strength, crying can be a weakness. It depends upon us upon the situation you are crying. Wow, I got the red card. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I'd like to say something here. You remind me, Mandeep, of a situation which happened in one of the district conferences when we were having a table topic and someone came on stage and said everything else except what was the topic. And the last 1 minute, the person said something which was in relation to the topic, but not directly. But the person's diction was so good, and his English language was so good, and his expressions were so good that he became the district champion. And next to me was Mr. Menon, Deepak Menon, who was at that time the president of one of the clubs. And he just looked at me and he said, "How stupid." So I, I just wanted to tell you that it doesn't mean that you have to always speak on the topic. If you are lucky, the judges will still mark you the best.
And trust me, Mandeep is smarter than all of us. We
Oh,
just
yes,
say thank you for a wonderful topic and a table topic master. She took all the time. She took just
absolutely. And
to
she
think
came,
about the topic.
she didn't even remember what the topic was. After 2 minutes were over, she just mentioned the topic.
She was taking all the time to think
Very
about the
good.
topic. Trust me.
But I love that. I love that.
Thank you. So the
Soumya,
best
you
topics.
want to attempt some? Shall I give you one?
Yeah, please.
I'm thinking this since we have a shorter group today, so everybody should attempt.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is something which someone spoke in my IBM town hall. So that is the quote I picked up. Uh, Integrity is something when no one is watching you. Integrity is something when no one is watching you.
A tough one. And actually, integrity is something because you be yourself when no one is watching you. We are in a society where we are being judged, but by each and every one. So the having a confidence of being judged is not with everyone. So I am the one, if I see that people are judging me, then I'm not my own self. So that integrity thing comes only when you think you are in your own skin. And that happens only with the experience. Maybe these Toastmaster class, these Toastmaster sessions will help us groom in that way. But I totally agree with this quote. Thank you, couple, for this one.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, over to you.
Do you still want to attempt, Mandeep?
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Same topic, huh?
Should I repeat it again? Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength?
See, give me a generous topic. Don't give topic like this. I don't like it.
Then skip it. Then. Yeah. We can move to the next section, I think.
That will be better. I think we should move to the next session.
Okay. Thank you very much, Soumya. That was really entertaining and thought-provoking. I think it was a very thought-provoking session because each one of us got a topic which made a lot of sense. And I'm sure our inner self was challenged to explain some of these points. Thank you very much. Friends, today we heard a very beautiful speech, which all of us, I'm sure, will carry back home with a lot of things to ponder about. And my point of view on this is that it is not only products that need brands, it is we ourselves who, in today's context, are working in organizations where we are seen as resources and not as people by themselves. We need to build a brand value for ourselves. And a lot of these things which come from integrity, spontaneity, ability to be working with people together, creating a trust, a respect, looking at empathy at other people, is all packaged into what we call ourselves as a brand. And please understand that brand is not only with people who buy your product. Brand is where you have influencers who help people to decide on what they should be buying and which brand should they be going to. Why do we buy a Google? Why don't we go to many other choices? Why do we always use emails through Gmail and not maybe Hotmail and other things? Because it is influencing you to decide and have an account in that particular area. Likewise, why do we have to buy an Apple and not maybe some of the other brands, because people who use it give you that influence to make you buy something. So brands are where we need to build our own brand. You, I, and everyone needs to build a brand for themselves where they are seen as people who have ethics, integrity, who you can trust, who you can be close to, and you know that if you work with them, you will be successful. With that, I will hand over to our president of our club, Toastmaster Kapil Kakkar, to sum up the meeting. Over to you, Kapil.
Thank you, Shurendra. And before I perform presiding officer duty, I would like to present the timers report. We have a table topic. Okay, so our keynote speaker today took 55 minutes. We had the time, so I didn't flag the cards, but I think it was really awesome to listen to you, Mandeep. And the fact that you still have not attempted your icebreaker and you went on to, address 55 minutes of speech was very incredible. And the way you were, you were I never saw you conscious, though you told me before the start of the meeting that you are a bit nervous and all. I didn't find anything. You stood like a confident speaker, you spoke like a confident speaker, and you had us engaged in the entire meeting. Wonderful to see. I think you distinguished toastmasters in making. I can see that, and I can vouch that. You took 55 minutes, as I mentioned earlier. Akib, you took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Kapil, I myself took 1 minute 56 seconds. Shorendra took 2 minutes 28 seconds. Mandeep took 2 minutes 10 seconds in her table topic. And Soumya took 45 seconds. Okay, that was my table topic. That was my report on timing. Now coming back to the meeting, I feel that people who didn't join today's meeting, they have missed something very important.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was not a meeting that should have been missed by these people. I'm sure we will reiterate that people who missed this should watch the recording, and probably Mandeep, we can ask you again sometime, not very soon, but at least after a quarter or so, to come back with this edition again, probably season 2, uh, or maybe you can incorporate this as a Toastmaster of the Day theme. Uh, that was the one thing. We don't have many guests, but of course we do have Akib. So Akib, I would also request you to please introduce yourself and tell us about the meeting. I'm sure you have a lot to say today.
Hello everyone. So my name is Akib Javed. I'm from Coastline Toastmasters Club, based out of Vishakhapatnam. So, and I work for a company which supplies the new oxygen, which is internet. From Max Fibernet, I work as supply chain professional for them. Coming to today's session, which we had, I think it was a wonderful way of telling people how to look at stuff. And one thing which will go away with me was Mandeep telling how to look at how to find people who are rich. And then she said, look at the people who are buying iPhone and expensive stuff. So when I was trying to solve cases, then we'll find it difficult. So normally you take total number of people, and with that you try to compare with per capita income. What is the percentage of per capita income going above and below? But I think this is also a good way to look on countries' status as of now. If I want to look at total number of rich people, probably I can go on Google and search total number of iPhones sold or total number of KTM bikes sold, and then we can correlate with the household and find out those numbers. So wonderful perspectives today in the session, and would love to see the session 2 from Mandeep. Table topics were also nice. I could enjoy my table topic, and the way Mandeep took it was also nice for us to look at other ways. So overall, I felt very nice to be in this meeting. And whenever you have close 4 or 5 people, no, that becomes very interesting, and
True.
conversation also becomes lot sweeter than what would have been in bigger audience. So that was one good thing about today's session. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Sakib. And I think Mandeep also showed us that even if you don't understand the table topic, you can still stretch it to 2 minutes. So that is one strategy I can follow the next time, because sometimes when we don't understand the topic, we feel like, wow, oh, this 2 minutes is too much. But Mandeep, very well done. I think couple of takeaways from you. Uh, I think we are already on the top of the hour. We can take next week meeting role in the group, or if someone wants to volunteer today, we can do it now as well. Soumya, you want to take up the roles? Mute.
Our counter I can take.
Okay.
Soumya, can you put me on as a next Saturday? No, next Saturday would not be possible because I'm traveling. So the next week after that, please put me as a speaker.
Okay. So, perfect then.
So you are not available next Saturday, huh?
Most probably. Most probably.
Okay.
You see,
I'll take
because
up.
if it is 7:30 your time, sorry, yeah, 8 o'clock your time, it's 10:30 here, and 10:30 will be difficult. Maybe I'll try my best, but still.
Okay.
I'll do general evaluator coming week.
Great.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll take up table topic master.
Yeah. All three we have got a role. If Shorinder, you're joining, you can tell us which role you would prefer. Yeah.
But not now. I mean, I'm not sure. That's why I don't
Not
want to
now.
give.
Maybe later
Yeah,
in the
that
week.
day, closer to the time, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
And sir, we have to closely look for this. Just stop the recording first.